Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. This is your first time joining me. Thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. My readings have no actual time frame. They're just kind of applicable when they apply, if they apply. And if they don't apply, this is a general reading. So take what applies and leave the rest. All right, so let me just get the cards ready. A lot of fluctuating energies this morning. A lot of fluctuating energies this morning. Now, Pisces, we are so at home in chaos. All right, if you really embody that Piscean energy, chances are no big deal. It's no big deal. And everything is probably chaotic and you're kind of just like, you know, that's kind of just how my life goes. That's how my life is. For the most part, it's pretty much true. That's how Pisces tends to live, okay? And no, I'm not picking on Pisces. I'm a Pisces myself. So I'm kind of speaking from my own experience as well. But here's the thing, Pisces, there's so many connections we have with so many different people, okay? So many people try and connect with us. So many people try and be a part of our circle. They're very much drawn to our energy. I think one person in particular for you, Pisces, that connection is being reestablished. It's being rebuilt. I don't know who this is, okay? It's not that for every one of us, this connection is going to be with someone that we want to be romantic with, an ex-relationship. No. For some of us, this might be a friendship. For some of us, this might be a work thing. I mean, highly unlikely unless you have other things in your chart like Taurus or Capricorn. But yeah, no, for some of us, this is just a really deep soul connection that is needing to be allowed to be reestablished because it's going to happen no matter what. Fucking A. Sorry. Freaking A. Oh my God. Okay. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Because I was asked to. Yeah, well, I'm asked to do a lot of things that I don't do. I don't know why I did this reading today. Because people need their messages. I know, Michael. I know. People need their messages. I know. I understand. I'm doing the reading, aren't I? I'm doing the reading. I know. This is not a personal reading for me. I get it. All right. Whee! Oh, this is, y'all are about to have a real good reading. Y'all are about to have a real, this is a total Pisces reading. Not even joking. No dramatics here. Nothing but truth. Nothing but net. No backboard. That's what it is. You guys, this, whoo. Okay. Okay, Pisces, you wanted this? You got it. You got it. You got it. Yes, you got it. You're getting all the cards. This is going to be deep. This is going to be deep. One more deck. Because if we're going to go ahead and we're going to go balls to the wall, okay, Pisces? Fish balls to the fish walls. Here we go. Final deck. I hope your cross watchers are watching. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but this is really it. Pisces. Y'all know how much I love you to be doing this reading, right? All right. Y'all making my nose drip. Okay, here goes. So, card number 29. Fifth house, creativity. Your higher self is getting very, very creative in its attempt to reestablish this connectivity. Okay, there is a connection that's being reestablished between you and another person, another soul. This is a very, very, very deep soul connection. These are bonded souls that we're talking about at this point. I don't even want to use any of those motherfucking terms. Okay, we're not using those stereotypical terms. We are speaking strictly in terms of bonded souls. So at some point, there was a separation that occurred between these two bonded souls. And because of, I don't know, y'all got some, there's a mirrored stank attitude, okay? We're not going to sit here and be like, well, we're Pisces and they pick on us and they treat us badly and it's not really us, 69% at 906. You guys mirrored each other's ugly, all right? Whoever this bonded soul is, the two of you mirrored each other's ugly. You mirrored and amplified until a separation occurred. And that's what happened. That's what happened. We need to steer clear of this, like, well, they did this or I did that. And no, both of you created this. And the reason this occurred is because card number 12, Hex, be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. There was interference that occurred. Interference from outside of this bond, this bonded pair or whatever the hell it is. There was an outside interference that occurred, and for some, not all, calm down Pisces, not all, for some, there was dark magic that was utilized. For some, okay? I think for the ones where dark things were utilized, I think you're pretty aware. I think you've already been suspecting this. You've been really, really like, I know some dark stuff was being done. I know, but I don't, like, I feel like I'm crazy thinking this. No. For some Pisces, you just being a little dramatic. For other Pisces, you know in your gut that this completely faltered because there was some bullshit that happened that's like outside of your realm of control, your realm of understanding. That's fine. That's fine, because that bullshit was used to initiate a transformation, a heart-based transformation that is causing a deepening, a very, very intense deepening of this connection. And whether you're fully aware of what this connection is or... Shit. My laptop is getting too hot. Hold on, guys. Maybe I can get out of the sun. Can you guys see me now? Hold on. There we go. My laptop is now not going to explode. Okay, let's turn this way. So, all right, back to what we were talking about. So this connection, it was tampered with. And regardless of what was done, regardless of the attempt that was made, all it did was initiate a deeper level of connection, a deeper level of, well, that's intense. That's a little bit, you don't think that's intense? I think that's a little bit much. I'll just say it. A deeper level of fight to reconnect. And I think on some level, one of you or both of you is aware that there is a need, a want for a reconnection. So thank you to the dark magic that ended up inadvertently creating a potentiality for an even deeper connection to occur. Now, this hasn't happened yet. It's still being worked on, okay? It's still being worked on. There's still a lot of there's still a lot of resistance, either on the part of Pisces or on the cross watcher, resistance to this healing action that's taking place. And I don't think either of you are intending for this healing and reconnection to occur. I think Pisces has probably gotten to the point where it's like, fuck you. I don't care. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone. But even with that, it's this sense that Pisces' decision to completely turn away, to completely reject whatever this was, is what is really triggering for the other person to be like, holy shit. This, oh my God, I'm about to really fuck this up for good. And I don't know, it seems like it's causing them to have this aha moment. Pisces, we already know, we've already established, people watch you no matter what, regardless of what their intention is, whether they're attracted to you, whether they hate you, they're jealous of you, they're intrigued. People watch. People's always watching Pisces. They just are. It's not that we're better than everyone. I don't know. They just watch. So it's not unheard of for someone who's fixated with you to start watching you. And I think whoever this bonded soul is, if they're not fully aware of who you are at this point, they dream about you quite a bit. They dream about you quite a bit. Maybe your face is obscured, but they're aware. They are fully aware that there is something out there that's calling to them. And if they are aware of you, they probably dream about you too. Who cares? Here we go, the masculine, card number 42. 4 being the number of self, 2 being the number of guidance, 4 being who you are, 2 being your decision to continue to half yourself, to continue to diminish the gravity of who and what you are. The masculine within you is rising up. This masculine energy is asking you to just kind of step forward, to stop being so afraid of who you are, of the gravity of your presence, and just be present, okay? If you look, again, bonded souls, one of you is pinging. At this point, one of you is pinging the other. There's a hand holding that's occurring on an energetic level, okay? Truth. I don't know if you're gonna like what I have to say, but closure is bullshit. It's another aspect in this program that tries to keep you bound to your trauma. What if someone doesn't ever give you closure? Does that mean you're gonna leave that wound gaping open? Because you're fully capable of cleaning and dressing your own wounds. The concept of closure, it kind of, it's like someone else has to dress the wound for you. You're fully capable of doing this on your own terms. You don't need someone else's participation. You know what I mean? I used to believe in closure. I also used to believe in forgiveness. And I think both are nothing more than an attempt to continue to bind you to the very wounds that you're trying to heal. So there we go again, another indication of bonded souls. Card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. So there's a lot of activation going on. You're going to be taken on a magic carpet ride, either deeper into yourself or deeper into a connection with someone else. Part of your fear of survival has to do with your fear of speaking up. Pisces really, really struggles with this fear of communication. And it's not that Pisces is unable to communicate or unwilling to communicate. It's that we fear the gravity of the words that come out of our mouth. Pisces is so good at poetically expressing the very things that fuel your rise. But at the same time, we're so afraid of the gravity of what this means. As though, because Pisces is so good at avoidance, it's almost as though Pisces thinks, if I don't say it, then it won't happen. I'm sorry, Pisces, but there are other people involved in this cycle of learning. So just because you want to avoid your lesson doesn't mean everyone else that's involved in this group lesson will be allowing you to do so. Okay? And it's not that someone else gets a bigger say than you. It's just like with class, with school. If there's a group project, just because you don't want to do the project doesn't mean you get to not do the project. There's all these other people involved that are trying to pass the lesson. So for those who are like, well, what about free will? Okay, let me explain free will. This is my theory. Okay, I'm lying. This is not my theory. This is what Michael told me. Michael told me there are two types of circumstance in life, okay? One circumstance is a type of lesson where, just like with a group project, there are those who will be a part of this lesson and those who will simply witness the presentation, okay? When there are more people involved in the learning, when there's a circumstance where just by witnessing you experience these things, other people will learn. Those type of circumstances are not avoidable. You are 100% obligated to honor your volunteering for that project. And then there's other circumstance where it's really just personal thing, where it's your own personal learning. It's just a lesson just for you. It could have been tied to a previous life. It could be strictly for this life, but it's just for you. That one, you can avoid that all you want. That's fine. You know, you get free will on that. But the type of lessons where other people will learn just by witnessing what you're experiencing, no. You might be able to delay it, push it back for a little bit, but eventually that lesson comes forward and your promise to participate and teach at the same time will be activated. You won't be able to avoid that. You can try if you want, but this is what I'm learning. This is what I was told, and this is what I'm learning to be true. Because believe me, when Michael said that to me, I was like, fuck you, free will, bitch. And then he was like, okay, you're going to learn. And I was like, no, don't drag me. I'll do it. Don't drag me. Motherfucker still dragged me. Card number 27, resilience, burn away the past. Whatever you think about yourself because of the past, let it go. Let it go. It has nothing to do with the present. Nothing, okay? Whatever it was, let it go. Allow yourself to process before you release. Because if you're just gonna release and you haven't processed, that's called avoidance. I know what you're doing. I do it too, don't worry. Okay, so, see, woo-wee. Card number 11, diving for light. This connection is so deep, you're going to have to dive in order to understand the root of the connectivity. So there are two who mirror each other that need to communicate. There is an activation going on within the third eye, within your DNA, within your morphogenetic template. All of this is heart-based. Look at the amount of green in this picture. This is heart-based energy. This is a heart-centered lesson. And you're going to have to learn this. You're going to have to allow yourself to dive deep in order to get the details that you need to understand the lesson. Ooh. There's pearls of wisdom being released. There is a net that you cast because of your thoughts. You created a net of confinement because of your thoughts, because you allowed yourself to be limited in your perception because of the filters you use based on your expectation. Whatever you expected this bond to be, it faltered, and your expectations were not met. That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean someone failed you. It means you were unrealistic in what you were expecting because you come from a limited understanding, limited ability to process. And this applies to every single human being using a human brain. The human brain was not designed to be able to handle and properly process spiritual things. It just wasn't. It wasn't. And we have to be okay with that. So what your expectation was rooted in is that limited belief, that limited understanding, that limited ability to embrace the expansion of consciousness. So yes, you're going to be disappointed. Is it the other person's fault? Is it your fault? Is there a need to place fault? No, there's not. There's just a need to recognize my expectation was not in alignment with my truth. And that's why I became disappointed. Card number 21, mirrored souls. So if you look here, hold on. Third eye in heart space, third eye in heart space. There's communication taking place, telepathy. For those who already know, who this individual is, 2 + 1 is 3, and then 33. So 333. This is ascending. It's an ascended master type of lesson, okay? It's elevating your ability to master your thoughts and your concepts. But communication is taking place telepathically through the heart space. A lot of communication is taking place. Now, again, telepathically, look at how the high heart is cat hair all over. Look at how the chest area has heavy armoring, okay? Heavy armoring. This is because one of you or both of you were hurt in the past because of failed expectations, unmet expectations. So you're very defensive. One or both of you is very defensive, and that's blocking the ability of the heart to fully communicate. That's necessary. This heart-based communication is necessary. There's an abundance in your energy combined. There's an abundance in this, and it's almost like one or both of you is holding a sly fox, and this fox is causing you to become very distorted in how you see what's going on. There's a lot of distortions. There's a reconnection occurring, but if you're going to allow the distorted perception to really interfere, that's not going to serve you. So one or both of you has been in the process of reinventing yourself, reestablishing who you are as an individual. And it's been one misstep after another. I wouldn't be surprised if, for some of us, what this card means is that there have been several attempts already at reconnection. Attempts that probably went largely unnoticed because, again, we're so shielded, so afraid of being hurt again that we've shielded ourselves. And look at this. A dome over your crown space, a refusal, a refusal for you to allow information in. And I can't really say that I blame you, Pisces. So Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us as we grasp them by the blade or the handle. I mean, do you have a handle on your feelings and your thoughts about things that happened, ways in which your expectation was not met? Because if you're trying to grab at something and you're all turned around and, you know, are you grabbing the blade? Are you the one cutting yourself? Are you the one inflicting your own wounds? Yet you're blaming the knife? You're blaming the person who handed you the knife? Are you fully present? Are you allowing yourself to really witness what's being placed in your hand? Because, I mean, I've had people hand me a knife with the blade sticking out. I'm like, I'll turn that around. Grab it carefully. You can't just keep saying it's someone else. Okay, that's the message I'm being given. Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. Let's see. Mercury isn't a predictable planet going along its normal direct pathway. So all of this, I mean, honestly, everything that Pisces go through is really not predictable because we are so chaotic. It's hard to predict how we're going to react. It really is. There's times where people intend to hurt Pisces to make them cry, and they do something mean and they think, oh, Pisces is just going to cry. But instead, Pisces goes fucking ape shit. That cracks me up. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you wanted. You wanted a reaction. That's what you get. You earned that. Okay, so when this card comes up in a reading, back up all of your equipment. Let's see. Don't make the mistake of making big ticket purchases, meaning, well, you know, it could mean don't squander your money, but it could also mean don't invest too much of yourself and your energy in any specific outcome. Again, this is about flowing. This is about allowing yourself to just be open to receiving instead of trying to dictate what you will receive. Ooh, that's harsh. I was just told Pisces is a low-key control freak. We have such intense expectations that we don't verbalize. And when it fails, when it falters, when it doesn't go the way we are wanting and intending for it to go, we get real quiet about our disappointment. That doesn't make it any less. The disappointment is still very, very present, and we tend to cling on to those wounds, to those unfulfilled expectations. So, card number 9, honor yourself. It's time for you to be really honest with yourself about the kind of person that you are. And I'm not talking about, oh, you're a good person or a bad person. I'm talking about all of your little quirks, okay? You can't expect anyone to understand you if you don't even understand yourself, Pisces. That's the thing. Many Pisces don't even understand themselves, myself included. I'm part of that group. You ask me what I want to eat, I don't know. And then you make a suggestion. Oh, let's go eat at blah, blah, blah. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to go there. Well, then what do you want to eat? I don't know. You know damn well what you want to eat. Card number 25. Release a dark wound, let love live. And that's the thing. The moment someone disappoints Pisces, we get very, very quiet in that disappointment. But what ends up happening is we don't let that go, okay? We don't let that sense of disappointment go. We cling on to that, and we hold on to that rotten fish without saying anything. Just allowing ourselves to get more and more riled up, more and more upset, because why haven't they apologized? Why haven't they made things? Well, they didn't even know something was wrong. They really didn't. Ask my husband. What's wrong? Nothing. Are you okay? Yes. What's wrong? Nothing. That's how the conversations go. And in my head, this motherfucker, you know what's wrong. You know what you did to upset me. He really don't know what the fuck's going on. Nothing. Nothing's wrong. I don't know. What do you think's wrong? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Oh, you don't know what's wrong? No, that's why I'm asking you. Well, then I guess nothing's wrong then. Card number 15, action. You have to take action, Pisces. You can't just sit there like a bump on a log. 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log. You're not a speckled frog on a speckled log, okay? Eating moist, delicious bugs. Thank you, Wicked Love Media. So you have to take action. You have to allow yourself to dance through that which is your life. You have to. You can't keep doing this cycle. Well, actually, you can. You can. You can't keep doing this cycle of, I'm going to be real quiet. I'm going to hold on to all this rotten feeling and energy, and somehow it's going to magically fix itself, because it's not. It's not going to magically fix itself. Okay. Card number 23, Aquarius. I know. I do know. Wow, you're getting silent treatment for a year. Girl, the way I resolve that, change your phone number. You don't want to call? That's fine. Let me change my number. Don't ever call again. I can be really rotten when I get hurt. I'm not in denial of that shit. I'm really, and I won't even tell you how you hurt my feelings. I'll just go mute. And then when you go to text me or call me to see what's wrong, we're sorry. Your call cannot be completed. What? You didn't want to talk to me, so let me facilitate that. Don't call me ever again. Call card. I haven't done that in forever. I used to do that quite a bit. I don't do that anymore because no one has my number. Okay, card number 23, Aquarius. I know. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. This has to do with action, Pisces. Action. Allow yourself to be the creator that you are. Allow yourself to be the creator that you are. Expect to be tested and shown waves of the future. This is what's going on right now. You are being tested, not by someone else, but by your higher self. This connection can't be considered viable until it's tested, right? If they're installing new things, new wiring in your house, do they just install the wiring and they're like, okay, it's installed, it works? No, they test it first. They try and make sure that everything is working the way it is, the way it should. And so that's kind of what your soul is going to do. Once this reconnection is completed, energetically speaking, and this doesn't mean someone's going to come back into your life. This means you have a connection with another soul. This can be strictly energetic. But once that connection is reestablished, there's going to be tests to see how accurate the connection is. And you're going to kind of have to roll with that, okay? Aquarians can be very stubborn in their views. So now we are pulling in that Aquarian energy, and oh man, they beat me to it. They beat me to hiding you. Anyways, you're going to be tested. And sometimes Pisces can be very, very stubborn. We can pull in characteristics, both positive and negative, from every other zodiac sign. And sometimes we kind of make the decision to pull in the more negative aspects, and unbalanced stubbornness. Okay, that's not a new thing. So let's see. Ooh, with this card, you're likely to be mastering something new and untried, which will lead you to greater awareness and success. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. Oh, here. This was stuck under my butt. Card number 10, compassion. You have to have compassion for yourself. Okay, this is the time for you to begin really, really having elevated compassion for self, more compassion for self than you have for other people. Long gone is the time of just being a martyr. You can't do that anymore, Pisces. That's not supported. This new timeline does not support martyrdom. Okay? Wait, what happened? Why would you read someone without their permission? Why would you read someone without their permission? That's hella disrespectful. That's hella disrespectful. That might be my Capricorn moon popping up, but that's really seriously disrespectful to be reading someone who doesn't want to be read, continuing to try to read people who don't give permission. That's me trying to silence the Capricorn wanting to speak some really vicious ass truth right now. For the person that is trying to force a Capricorn to allow them to be read, this card is for you. That's dead. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Okay? 10 of Swords. That's dead. Leave them alone. In the comments, someone's talking about they're trying to read someone. How can you be very intuitive if you don't grasp that someone doesn't want to be read, that someone wants to be left alone? Oh my God, I'm getting so triggered. Let me just, okay, back to the reading. Back to the reading. Pisces, let me balance Pisces. Let me go ahead and give you guys a couple more cards, a couple more messages from your higher selves. The first message, don't be fucking crazy and weird trying to fucking insist that you allow yourself to be like, stop trying to force other people. You can't do that. You can't call yourself intuitive. Oh, let me just stop. Dear sweet Jesus. Dear sweet Jesus, remind me how I'm supposed to love people. Just swallow the salt. Let me just swallow the salt. Okay. Okay, let me just get the cards. Let me get the cards. That not all Pisces are created the same. Not all are created the same. You said it yourself so many readings ago. There are balanced ones and unbalanced ones. Capricorn, get back in your cage. Capricorn, get back in your motherfucking cage. Don't be trying to ram no one with your horns. We just, God damn. Okay. I got this. I'm in control. I got this. I'm in control of myself. Not really. But I'm trying very hard to not say the things that my Capricorn wants to say. I'm sorry, guys. I just need to sing real quick. Pour some sugar on me in the name of love. Pour some sugar on me. I can't get enough. Pour some sugar on me. Okay. Four of Swords. Ooh, Pisces, you need to take some time out and allow yourself to reassess where it is that toxicity is rooted. Sometimes Pisces has a hard time recognizing that toxicity is coming from you, baby girl. That toxicity is coming from you. You are the stanky ass fish. Just delivering messages, just delivering messages. Queen of Cups in reverse. Whew. Just like this feeling of a real stankness coming on. Real stankity stank. Usually Queen of Cups is about, you know, a really beautiful, gentle energy. Not in this moment. Dishonesty, unreliability, vice. If one of your vices is becoming obsessive compulsive about other people, that needs to be corrected. That definitely needs to be corrected. Oh, damn, y'all keep beating me to the punch. Y'all keep beating me to the punch. Ooh. Ooh. King of Cups in reverse. Double dealing, scandal, loss, ruin. A crafty person without virtue. Shit. There's some fucked up shit going on right now. Let me sing some more. Let me sing some more and re-pull some cards. Fuck, the salt permeated the cards. Let me pull some more cards. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. I'm going to use a different deck. This shit's been tainted. It's just tainted now. I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the Pisces. Lovers who get obsessed with me. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. Let me really let that go at this point. See, Pisces, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes we just can't let shit go. Myself included. Let's get a different read. All right, Pisces. All right. Yes, you can definitely listen to any of the readings. Any of the readings. It's not just for Pisces. These are actually soul transmissions. And so if it feels like it resonates, then it resonates. Doesn't matter what's in your chart. So let's see. All right. So, okay. Ooh. So card number 80, embracing family. Whoever this is that you have a soul connection with, whoever this is that is somehow bonded to you, the two of you are bonded. You are soul family, okay? It's time for you to let go of the things that has been really causing toxicity to continue to grow within you. Your perception of what's going on and how you were treated and things from the past, that is what's continuing the toxicity, all right? So now you have to refocus on embracing soul family. This doesn't mean you just ignore the hurtful things. If they're still in a hurtful mindset, if they're still behaving in a hurtful way, then leave them alone. You can still love them from afar. The whole point of this is to get you to realize there is a need to release some toxicity within yourself, okay? If they still want to be toxic, let them be toxic without you. They can do that on their own, all right? So card number 24, self-discipline. You have to really hold yourself accountable for doing or not doing the internal work that needs to happen. No one else is going to heal you, Pisces. No one else is going to fix you. And maybe this reconnection is being established to trigger you to the point where you are even going to rebel against this natural instinct to martyr yourself. because I think that's a natural instinct for Pisces, to martyr yourself. It takes a lot of internal work, shadow work, inner child work, self-love type of work to recognize these very toxic patterns, behavioral patterns, emotional and mental patterns that we sometimes unknowingly participated. Okay, Pisces? Card number 33, desperation. Don't do disrespectful things to your soul and someone else's soul out of desperation. Okay? Don't try and access other people. Don't try and force other people's thoughts, feelings, actions, just because you think you're intuitive, just because you think you know what's best. Sometimes it's the people who have that kind of mindset that are the absolute root of the toxicity within that connection. That's just not okay. That's really, really, really not okay. I don't care if you're Pisces. I don't care if you're a different sign. If you are an individual that does this, where you violate someone else's space to try and get what you want, that's an act of desperation. That is a very, very, very disrespectful thing to do to another soul, as well as to your own, as well as to your own. Value yourself enough to recognize if the person you want doesn't want you, that's perfectly fine. There are plenty of other people who will want you, who will treat you with respect, who will give you their time, their attention. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to be manipulative. You won't have to try and coerce and force and do shady shit to receive their attention. Value yourself enough to recognize desperation is so fucking ugly. It is so ugly, so ugly. Don't allow yourself to participate in things that diminish your worth on every single layer and level, okay? Card number 62, embracing transition. You have to allow yourself to just really flow through the process. Sometimes transitions are seamless, they're smooth. You just go from one phase to another and you don't even realize that you've transitioned, and you look back and you're like, wow, I'm a different person. And sometimes the transition is something so viscerally painful. Sometimes the transition is initiated through emotional trauma, where you experience something so emotionally painful, where you feel so raw, so gutted. And that's a part of your process. Everyone that comes before you, Pisces, and any other person, anyone that comes before you, anyone that's brought to you on your journey is brought to you for a reason. They're going to help you transition into another way of being, not by force. Okay? They're going to help you transition. And sometimes this transition is simply to cause an awareness of the participation in limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors. So embrace the transition, okay? Freedom, card number 73. You are free to grow as much as you will allow. And this growth should not be contingent on your understanding before you participate in your own lessons. Again, if you already knew this stuff, you wouldn't need to experience that lesson, would you? Not at all. Not at all. So everything you experience in life is teaching you, it's growing you. And if you already know it, then you won't experience it. You won't have the same kind of reaction to it. How did you react when you first saw an algebraic expression as a little child? How did you react? That was so intimidating. You felt so small. You felt so not intelligent, right? But once you learned how to do that algebraic expression as an older individual, it wasn't intimidating. Oh, it's just like homework, whatever. It needs to be done. I have to turn it in. It's homework, whatever. That's the same thing with spiritual growth. Things that you don't understand, things that you haven't yet experienced and need to experience in order to develop your understanding. Those are the things that are going to be the most intimidating. So it's okay if you're intimidated. It's okay if you feel afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is what you choose to do despite the fear. So, card number 29, hive mind. Make sure you are not participating in a hive mind, okay? Make sure you don't allow yourself to bully yourself into agreeing or behaviors or personal stance just because you don't want to be weird. You don't want to be um, the black sheep. You don't want to be rejected. You know, you have to stop participating in hive mind behaviors, activities, because that's not going to grow you. That's yet another box. Because what is a hive? What is a hive? What's a beehive? A series of boxes. A series of boxes. You don't belong in a box. Even the queen bee is confined. Some people will be like, well, I can be the queen bee. Or you're still confined. The queen bee is nothing but a producer. All you do is lay eggs. That's all. And some people might be like, well, the queen bee is catered to. She's a queen. Yeah, she's catered to so she doesn't get distracted from laying eggs. She's a slave to her hive. Let that sink in. I'm never going to be a queen bee. I'm not going to be a slave to anything. Not with my consent. No. If you're going to slave me, it has to be by force. I'm not going to comply. So definitely hive mind, that this is something we have to really be aware of. Okay, many of us are not aware that we are participating in hive mind activities. So this is about really stepping into your sovereignty. This is about you reclaiming your personal power and your personal authority over yourself, not over other people, but over yourself. There's a lot of confusion within us, within the world. Like in every aspect, there is varying degrees of confusion right now. No one really knows what's going on. No one knows what's going on with their lives, with their jobs, with their friendships, with the world. It's a lot of confusion right now. So right now is the perfect time for the masculine principle to rise up, a balanced masculine. I'm not talking about the machismo where, you know, you're going to get all aggressive for no real reason and being all misogynistic. No, there is such a thing as a balanced, healthy masculine, a masculine that knows what its function is in your life. And I'm not talking about a man knowing their place in your life, because that's bullshit. You're supposed to be equals, okay? You can't expect someone to take care of you more than you're willing to take care of them. That's bullshit. Stop that right now. Right now. That was a little bossy. It was a little bossy. I need to take a moment. That was fucking bossy. Please stop. Card number 12, masculine principle. What this is talking about is allowing more of that masculine aspect of yourself to rise up, where it can defend the creative energies of the feminine. You have both masculine and feminine within you, regardless of your sexual orientation, your physical gender. That doesn't matter. You have both masculine and feminine within you. And it's time for you to allow yourself to be centered between the two, allowing the masculine to defend the feminine, to protect, to provide. For many females, it's taboo for you to be able to tap into your masculine aspects and speak your mind and speak up for yourself. Many women who are able to speak up for themselves and speak their mind and have no shame. 99% and 954. This is an important message. Many females who are able to speak freely, just like males, are considered a bitch. Why is that? Why is that? Why do we degrade someone who understands we are equals here? You are not above me. You will not subjugate me. Just because you carry a wanker? I don't think so. And it's not that it's all men that are doing this. Let's get that very, very straight. Women do this to women as well. Okay? So, no, You have to allow yourself to speak up for yourself. If you feel strongly about something, if you're feeling as though someone really needs to be aware of their effects on you, then you need to speak up for yourself. Okay? What some consider a bitch, I call very assertive. Just because you are asserting your dominance within your auric field, no one else should be dominating you. And this also applies to that connection that's being established. This connection that's being rebuilt between you and another soul, because you guys are bonded souls, it has nothing to do with you bowing down and allowing them to dominate you. You doing whatever they say, whatever they want. Fuck out of here with that shit. For real. Fuck out of here with that shit. If there's any bonded soul out there that's trying to reconnect with me, if you think that's what's going to happen, we about to enter the ring for a death match. Fuck out of here with that shit. We are all sovereigns, and it's time for you to exercise your sovereignty. And this is what I say. Sometimes this bonded soul is being brought back to simply trigger your understanding and acceptance of your sovereignty, where you become rebellious and like, no, I don't think so. I don't think you're not going to do this shit to me. I don't think so. Nope. So allow yourself to be very open to how this connection is going to help further your understanding of yourself, your consciousness expansion. It's not always there. Your bonded soul is coming back to you because, you know, you guys are going to be in a relationship and you guys are going to be cuddling by the fire, roasting mallows with some, you know, small cups of cappuccino under like a soft blanket. No, no. We don't know how these connections are going to affect us. Okay? We just don't. So allow yourself to be open to receiving the messages, the lessons that this connection is going to deliver. Ooh, that's a good reminder. Don't get so fixated on the delivery man. They're just delivering the messages from soul. Okay? Be focused on the message, not the person delivering the message. That's what this connection is. It's a delivery system. And maybe this connection allows for pathways to be established that go deeper into your core, that allow for a greater potentiality of activation within your morphogenetic template. Maybe that's it. Don't allow yourself to limit this reconnection into something of like, oh, my ex is coming back, and, you know, we're going to have some beautiful boom boom time, and we're going to have all these beautiful babies, and we're going to get married. And I mean, that's all beautiful and everything, but that might not be in the cards. That might not be what this reading is about. Because I don't deal in superficial ideologies like that. I'm talking about, this is a deep connection. And from what I know from my life experience and from all the clients that I assist, the greatest potentiality for growth is often achieved through trauma-induced accretion, the worst kind of pain you could ever experience. The more the pain, the higher the potentiality of growth you are reaching. So it's just really something where, you know, you have to allow yourself to be open to receiving the messages from soul. Don't focus so much on the messenger, okay? Some of us are going to be hurt by this reconnection. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You're not going to want to hear that. You probably don't, but that's the truth. Some of us, this reconnection is going to be the most painful experience you will ever have. And that pain is not for nothing. Pain is the greatest teacher you will ever have in life. Okay? So allow your lessons to come forward. Allow yourself to grow as much as you can possibly grow. And if the connection falters, if they go away again, let them. This connection was never about them. This connection was about your soul bringing to you the very tools that were necessary for you to build your own sanctuary within yourself. And that's what you need to do. You need to build your own sanctuary. You need to become your own best friend. You need to realize you were created whole. You are autonomous. You don't have another half that you need to come back in order to be whole. You are already whole. But there is a reconnection that's occurring to help you reach higher and deeper levels of self-awareness, self-realization, self-actualization. So allow your growth. This is a very beautiful, beautiful time for you to be aware of what's coming. Because as you prepare yourself, it's just like, if you're having a test in class, it's good to prepare yourself, right? It's really good to prepare yourself. Is it because you're going to take ownership of the class and that class is going to stay with you for the rest of your life? No. It's because you're preparing to finish off that lesson and be promoted to the next level of learning. And that's what this is really about. Allowing yourself to reach the next level of learning. Okay? So you guys, no, I'm done. He said one more card. No, I'm done. I'm hot. I'm done. Okay, so I'm to ask, do you guys want one final card? Of course you guys are going to say yes. I'm not stupid, Michael. I know you guys are going to say yes. Do you guys want one final card for one final message for this reading? Yes or no? Yes, 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 yes. I know when you try and, I know what you're doing. Fuck out of here. You think I don't know? I've been dealing with your ass my whole life. I know what you're doing. If I really want to be a jerk, I could just be like, sorry, I don't care. But I'm not a jerk. And he knows that. All right, I'll give you guys one final card. And I'm not going to give it to you in a salty way. I will give it to you. Because, baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you as long as you want. You know I got it, baby. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you like. You know I got it. Let me get you your cards. I'm all sweaty. He has me in the sun. My armpits are sweating. My my boobs are sweating. Now you guys know I'm in my jammies. I'm in my jammies. I'm not wearing the proper foundational garments. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Let me get you your card so I can be out. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Card number 12. Divine discontent. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring forth new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest night when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. It speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, and there's much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours, there is a murmuring, a questing. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of filling, not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please, please restore me to wholeness. I can bear this missing piece, this broken disarray no longer. I listen and I cajole that wise heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. There is a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious, to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable underlying sense of anxiety that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even among so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart. That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet, as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild inner sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. It will develop into a holy fever, a sacred rage, a stamping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep and distressing that one may well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. Where is my beloved? Cries the awakening heart. I call for my beloved, and yet I'm here still waiting. I can stand this no longer. As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning, so much so that this may come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine. Or perhaps you're not quite there yet. Your heart is attached to smaller gods, such as your status, your job, your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, and so it's guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. Sometimes that means we will have the meal wrested from our hands so we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see that this is a divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well, then something will be done by heaven. So make your relationships sacred. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it, bear witness to it. Do not chastise, instead be truthful. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowed, as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine beloved into descent of grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite palate. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something really is wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it's even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. But if you must seek understanding, then know this. You are just waking from the deepest slumber, and with your awakening heart, you are realizing a truth. A part of you, deeper and wider, vaster and more instinctive, truthful and intelligent than your mind, is lonely for the divine embrace. This is right. This is sensible. This is sanity. It's the pain, the real noble pain of the heart that says there is something more than this inadequacy, this settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones, that must end now. It cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets and animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty by the real thing that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendor that all I can utter is some incoherent grunt. My mind dissembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover so my life may never be the same again. And so it shall be, the discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into the greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist it, witness it. Do not dismiss it, trying to cover up its smell with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity. Look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and is now found to be plated and not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be. Don't be scared, for you are my sidekick on this great holy adventure. I am here, you see, just around the corner. I have you in my sights, though you may not see me yet. I am holding a loaf of fresh bread hot from the kitchen of the Creator, hoping to entice you with its wafting scent, tempting you to follow me towards something of far more substance. I'm gluten intolerant. Fuck out of here with your bread. I'm sorry. I'm too hot to continue. I hope whoever needed that message got the message. Yeah. I don't fucking eat bread. I don't eat any kind of grains. Fuck out of here with this. I'm very satisfied in my life. So I'm being very sarcastic. So you guys, I hope this message really helps you to understand some of the things you're struggling through, some of the things that didn't make sense until this moment. There are things that are being put into play for your life. Some of these things might lead to long-term happiness. And for some, these things will lead to short-term happiness, massive sense of upheaval and pain, and an opportunity to expand your consciousness to levels you never thought you could. No matter what, whatever happens, it grows you. It deepens and ripens your understanding and your love of yourself. So allow it, okay? Allow it. So guys, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join my salty ass whenever I go live. I love you guys. Bye.